Hi everybody. It is 4:59. I decided I'm going to start at 4:59 from now on to make sure I get pulled up on my phone so I can see you guys online, because the room is still empty. So we'll just give it a minute. Let everyone find their way. Especially Alan, since he was wondering how exactly it works. All right. All right, looks like we got people on. It is 5 o'clock sharp. So today we are doing, let's see if we got people coming on. So today we will jump right into it. It's 5 o'clock, so today we're going over respiratory protection. Gotta click on the screen. Respiratory protection. So respirators, I messed up my PowerPoint, so I'm gonna click every single time I do something. All right, Kyle's joining us today. Yay! All right, so respirators. They are to protect workers. Inhalation is one of the 4 main ways you guys can be exposed to hazardous substances. So if engineering and administrative controls can't keep you safe from inhaling contaminated air, you must wear respiratory protection. They protect you guys from breathing in dangerous substances when you're working in hazardous environments, covers your nose and your mouth, and improves the air your lungs breathe in by filtering out contaminants or supplying clean air from an outside source. Work conditions: you must wear a respirator when you work in a hazardous atmosphere. Atmospheres are considered hazardous if they're IDLH, or immediately dangerous to life and health, or they contain contaminants over the permissible exposure limits. So, what's the exposure limit for H2S, buddies?
Death.
No.
Oh.
Exposure limit of H2S.
10 parts per million.
Thanks, Gilby. See if anyone online says it. Thanks, Gilby. 10. Thanks, Ryan Holmes. Yes, 10 parts per million is our exposure limit for H2S. IDLH is anything over limits or under 19.5% oxygen as well is considered IDLH. If you don't know the condition of the atmosphere you're in, if it's unknown, then it is automatically IDLH. It could be completely fine to be in it without anything, but if you don't know, it's got to be considered IDLH. Some different air contaminants that you can encounter include different kinds of dust, mists, gases, vapors, fumes, smoke, sprays, fog, and combinations of those things. Wearing respirators: in order to wear one, you must be trained, medically evaluated, and fit tested for those respirators. If you get fit tested in a certain make, model, and size, that has to be the same make, model, and size you wear out in the field. You can't be fit tested in a certain one and then take a different one out in the field. About 5 million U.S. workers are required to wear respirators at work. You may need to wear a respirator when working in confined spaces, if there's a potential for exposure to asbestos or H2S, during sandblasting, and sometimes during welding as well. We as a company assess workplace hazards and provide the appropriate respirators for that. Different types of respirators. Oh, I was supposed to wear this cute little mask today that I forgot in my office. Oh well. Particulate respirators, which includes N95 or dust masks. That's the bottom left one there. That's what I was going to have on, but I forgot. These only protect you against particles like dust, and they're only for low-level hazards and are usually disposable, so you use them and throw them away. APRs, that is the top left one there. They filter out contaminants using cartridges. They're only effective if the right cartridge or filter is used based on what hazards are present. They're color-coded to the contaminants they protect you from, and you can use that little graph or chart there if you needed to use those, but you don't for what we do anyways. PAPRs are powered air purifying respirators. They're the same as an air purifying respirator in APR, that top left one, but they're easier to breathe through. They have to be fully charged to work though. They use those same cartridges as a regular APR does. Lastly, we have in the top right there a Hoseline airline respirator. This supplies air from an independent source using a cascade system or a compressor. They protect you against higher concentrations of contaminants, but it does limit your ability to move. Obviously, you've got a big, either bulky tank or a hose line that you're connected to. So, self-contained breathing apparatuses, that's an SCBA. So here, I'm going to throw in the safety focus word. Guys, the safety focus word right now, this is what we're talking about, is H2S needs SCBAs. So APRs, air purifying respirators, do not protect against H2S. H2S can pass through those filters. So you have to have SCBAs. Again, the safety focus phrase is H2S needs SCBAs. Don't ask me for it again, and don't comment it in the chat, y'all. Don't comment it in the chat. So you have to use SCBAs for H2S. SCBAs, again, self-contained breathing apparatus. That means you contain that on your person. So you can bring it with you, unless it's obviously a hose line, airline, and you're connected to a cascade system. In order to use these, you have to be clean-shaven because facial hair is the most common cause of seal leakage. For all of these respirators, you are responsible for inspecting, maintaining, and cleaning, and storing the respirators properly. That pretty much does it. Does anyone have anything to throw in about respirators? All right, that'll do. Next, we have our elite employee recognition. We made it through quarter 1. We're in quarter 2. So for quarter 1, we got, I'll just do a quick overview of how this program works again. Your peers nominate you with a form for being, it's pretty self-explanatory, an elite employee going above and beyond. Those nominations are then ran past our recognition board, which is a combination of management, drivers, employees, and they make sure they're all valid, weed through them, they check them through an in-depth criteria, and then through this process, this quarter, 1 employee rose to the top of them, but first we are going to go through our honorable mentions, our runner-ups. So first we have, next one, Lisa Carter in dispatch. She was nominated by Ethan Leonard. Next we have Josh Lindsay, driver. He was nominated by Steven Salway. And then Randy Ray, also a driver, nominated by Seb Wood. So these guys get $130 store credit to their account. So you can come and get that and use it on the store, company store. And then our winner today for this quarter is Derek Lee in accounts payable in Wayzata. He gets $1,000. That's what our winner of the elite employee gets. He gets $1,000 in his paycheck this Friday for payday. So congrats, Derek. Thanks for being an elite, outstanding employee for us. And thanks for your participation for those of you that did this quarter. We really appreciate it and appreciate your outstanding work. Last but not least, we have our ops notes. Douglas Water Drivers, we are switching out all of your MSAs for a drag or foregas. So you guys need to come see me and David, and we'll get those swapped out for you guys. Tank tops, please clean your tank tops and clean up after yourselves. We seem to be talking about this like twice a month. We only have 4 meetings a month. So make sure you're doing that. So, again, one of those things we do for our producers. Clean up after ourselves, take care of things. Mud season. It is mud season, so watch roads, pads. Don't drive through any wet spots without walking it, especially in locations. And when in doubt, always chain up. Cam locks, valves, caps, and load hoses. Make sure you're closing cam locks on your trucks, as well as valves at sites and disposals. Use caps to secure your hoses, and your load lines must be secure before leaving location as well. Last thing, you all have gotten a letter from Pat now in your emails, so make sure you're reading that. In the near future, you'll also be receiving one from Alan, so keep an eye out. We appreciate what you guys are doing out there. It's good news, so make sure you take a look at it, get it read, and stay safe out there. Anything else, anybody? And by anybody, I mean Kim and Gilby. Anything else online? Okay, we're just talking about elite employees. All right, thanks everybody. We will see you next week.